I'm Alex Cheparev, and welcome to Crashing Maya. Hey guys, in this episode we will model the head. Let's begin. First thing I'm going to do is make a cube. And the way I bring it up, one thing you can do when modeling and creating objects, when you create a new object, I can see that I have the grid up here, so and I know that the object is selected. Anytime you create a new object, it gets selected, a new primitive. So if I hold X and middle mouse drag, it will bring up the object and snap it to whatever I'm mousing over. So in this case, the grid. If you're using an object, then you can hold V and it'll snap to the object. Just an easy way to bring something into view without having to move the camera. Alright, so I'm going to make a cube, press 3 for preview, and start positioning it. And we'll use these vertices here. Just move them like that. And then from the front view, turn this on. Okay, that should be okay. I'm going to subdivide. And let's refine a little more. I'm going to select the sides here and just going to scale that down. Let's scale this. Okay. And I'm going to subdivide it one more time. Like that. Now, because this is such a unique head, I'm going to hide this for a sec. I'm going to approach it in a different way than I normally would when I'm modeling a head. So I'm going to duplicate the head and hide so that I have the original shape. And then I'm going to select these faces here and delete the rest. And now I'm going to start, because I have this line that will connect to the rest of the head, we can just make the face mask part of it. So let's do that. And you can sometimes also make guides to help you with geometry flows. So I'm going to take this point, place it here above the eye. That, and then we just want to look at it, make sure nothing's it doesn't look out of whack too much. Okay, so I'm gonna extrude these edges here, but I want to know where I'm going to be placing them. So I'm going to make a curve going from the tip of the nose to the middle of the jaw right here, and this should help me figure out where to place my geometry, my polygons. So I'm going to click here like that, and then from the front view, let's just pull these out so I can see every point. So I know this goes there, and then I just need to figure out where the rest is going to go. So if, let's say this is the jaw, like that. Alright, so we'll have to pretend the nose is not there yet, and just build the geometry without it. So let's like that. That should be. Okay, that should be okay. So now when I extrude, place that there, and then I can move the points out to match the curve. You can also click in the middle of the curve and then hold C and drag the middle mouse button on the curve. This will actually snap the geometry, the vertice to the curve. That. And I'm going to delete half. I'm gonna extrude one more time, and this time go down here. So I want to do the same for the mouth. So I'm gonna click here, then here, and then holding V, I clicked here again. And what this will do is create a weird curve that's double-sided. That's okay though, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to grab use the arrow keys, and then pull this side out, then that one, and that one. Now, if you want to make sure that it's in the center, you can select a pair of control vertices. I'm going to make sure keep spacing is on. I'm going to snap to grid like this, and this will make it symmetrical. And then I'm going to just scale like that. Let's see, have to adjust this a little. And then from top view, we can see that that's definitely not going to work. So we'll have to mess with this more. Okay, so now I'm going to start snapping. So on this curve, we used 3 edit points. I have one right in the middle, and I want to be able to snap to it. Now it's hard to do it unless you can see it, but you can't see it when you're in object mode. So I'm going to select this curve, go to Display, NURBS, Edit Points. Now I can see it. Now I can snap to it. And then snap to this one. And then these points, I'm just going to hold C and drag. Okay, I can hide the curves. Alright, so let's start adding some divisions. I'm going to use Insert Edge Loop tool, set it to relative. Drop a line here, and adjust. So move this back a little. This one also like that. And then from this side, we'll move this. So I want to move it. I want to move all the points together. So I'm going to select all of them, create lattice. Select these lattice points and move them in. You can see it lets me move them like that. And then to get rid of the lattice, just select your object and delete history. Okay. Do the same here. We'll leave this one for now, and let's pull these edges here out to make this shape here. Okay. Alright, now we need to figure out the eye, and what I'm going to do is move these points, because I want to have a bridge for the nose, so I have to move these points over a little, and we'll fix it all later. So we'll have to spread these out. Place this. to delete the faces here. This will be the eye shape, so let's place it. And we can use preview to see how round it is. And if you're not sure where to place these points, you can make yourself a cylinder. Rotate it 90 degrees and then set the axis to 8. So once you have it lined up, all you have to do is just align your vertices to that shape. And then from the front view, we're going to match, or try and match this this eye shape. Then I'm going to extrude in a little, then back. That looks pretty good. I'm going to add another loop here, and oops, and then I'm going to just scale this in this direction, move it around a little. Let's see. And I'm going to create a lattice again. Do that. Okay, so I'm going to freeze. We have a lot of information here. We need to get rid of it. So I'm going to select, go to Modify, Freeze, Reset, Delete History, and then we can mirror. So if you're not sure, again, look at the manipulator. The red arrow is X, so when we bring up the mirror geometry, our geometry is in positive X, so we have to mirror in negative X. There we go. Okay, so I can see that this is creating like a sharp point there, a sharp edge. So I'm going to select these vertices and just move them to make sure that it doesn't do that. Make it nice and round. Alright, so now we can do the nose. And if we look in here, that's the shape for the nose. What I'm going to do, the way I'm going to make the nose, is I'm going to go from, see, the thing is, I want the nose to be a little higher, so I'm going to bring these points up. I'm going to grab this, bring those up, like that. Okay, that's good. I'm going to use the multi-cut tool, and I'm going to go, I want the nose to start like there, a little lower, and I'm going to go this way. Now I'm going to I'm going to delete half and mirror, but I want to have semi-symmetrical geometry until I'm done. I'm going to take this loop and redraw it and set it to go up like that, so I can delete this one. Then I'm going to go from here up as well, like that. So this will make sure we have quads. Then I can select this vertex and pull it out. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm going to take this vertex, move it here like this. I'm going to select these two, click extrude, place it like that, extrude again. We don't need a second extrude. I'm just going to take this vertex, move it back, delete this edge, make a nice quad. Let's see. I don't like the way that looks. Oh, do we have a double extrude? Let's make sure we don't have a double extrude. We'll merge, delete these vertices. Okay. So this will be good for now. Once we subdivide it one more time, we'll be able to clean this up better. But it gives us an overall shape that I think is good. So let's go from the side view now. We have to fix this a little bit. Pull this out. Let's delete half, so we don't have to worry about the other half for now. I want to make this arc shape here, so I'm going to pull these points. Alright, that looks pretty good. Mesh, mirror geometry. Alright, so it's good enough for now. Once we get more detail into our once we subdivide one more time, we'll have a lot more geometry to play with. We can start adding the teeth, and what we should also do is bring back the back of the head, and let's delete that, and we don't need this for now. Alright. I'll bring these points in a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to see how that goes. Alright, let's delete half. So I'm going to do an initial combine. Oops. Where is it? Combine, merge, soften, just so I have a start. And then what we want to do is continue this round shape. So let's use the multi-cut tool. I'll go from here, drop a line there, and then we'll use the pen poly tool. Oops, there it is. Just to start connecting. So if we spread this out a little, that just slide. delete that. Let's insert a couple loops. Okay, so now we can extrude. I'm going to actually delete this as well. We're going to extrude from here to there. Go. And what I'm trying to do is imagine where this is going to end up. So I'm just moving the points around. You can always move them after, but it's good to get it as close as possible. Okay, use the pen poly tool again. I'm going to select this edge here, click fill hole. Then I'm going to use the multi-cut tool and just do this. Okay, it's actually not looking terrible. Alright, so we need to figure this out. I'm guessing the best way to do the teeth here is to extrude like that. Make sure this is in the center. Snap that there, and let's just merge. Okay, and then I want to select this loop and then extrude it up. That. Okay, merge again. Okay, so we need to fill this. When I look at this, I can see that if I select these three edges, extrude them, turn keep spacing off, snap to our center line, snap that there. That should make nice quads. There. Now we can use the pen poly tool to close this off. Okay, so we're getting close. Just need to resolve this. It might be helpful just to look at it like this. If we move these around, that should work. Alright, so let's see. Now, I like to keep things nice and tidy, so I'm going to just move things around a bit so they're not so crowded. And I don't like the triangles there, so that will have to be fixed as well. Let's see what this does. You know what? That's pretty good. Makes a quad. It's a non-planar face, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal as long as we subdivide enough. Let's merge. There. That looks good. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. So we also need to make sure we have a sharp line around this, because if we look at the sketch, he's got pretty sharp features, and we want to make sure we keep those, because if we leave it the way it is and subdivide, it's going to soften everything. And also I just want to create a lattice and pull these out a little bit. Yeah. Oh, and I don't like that it goes so we can see it there. So I'm going to bring this up. Okay, so what we need to do is add some bevels that will help us keep some of this sharp detail. Alright, let's just start drawing them. Well, for things like this, what you can do is just move this polygon away from our edge. So we'll do this, make a diagonal like that, and then we'll just move it as much as we want the bevel to be. So if we want the bevel to be sharp, we'll keep it close. We can then delete this. Oops. We can select this edge and delete it, and then select these two and delete those as well. Now this gives us room to draw our loops. So we can do the same here. I'm going to move that edge like that. So now you can see we have a nice sharp line. Okay, we'll have to figure this triangle out. I'm not too worried. Okay, so let's continue. Same idea. Whoops, I don't know how that happened. All right. Now these lines I'm making are just temporary. I just want to continue the beveling, and then I'll show you how to clean this up. Let's see. Okay, that's good. And let's use the insert edge loop tool. Equal distance or complete on there. And then I want to do it here as well. Maybe we can get away without doing that. Less stuff to clean up. Okay, so we can see that we have nice sharp lines, but we are missing some detail. We actually have too much detail around here, so let's probably bring down this cheekbone a little bit. Okay, to clean this up, we just need to connect the lines to the polygons that are already there. So if we do this, Control Delete, and now what we need to do is just space these out a little bit so that they are, so we would give this room to kind of resolve itself a little. Kind of like that. Okay, same with this. And this, I don't like to have this really thin face here, so the way I'm going to do this is just spread this a little bit out like that. Now because we didn't put a corner in here, we can see we have a nice clean geometry flow. I'm not happy about this, so we have to fix it. Let's see, what's the best way? Alright, I want to try this. It might not work, but if it does, great. So I want to take this and continue it over through the back, like that. And then I want to do the same with this loop, but placing it lower. Like that. Alright, so that's good. We just need to figure this out. Now, I want to move this vertex planar to this face. So I'm going to click, press R so I can go into Scale tool, hold D, hold V, and snap it to the opposite end on the same face. And I can scale from there. You can also do it to other vertices on the same face. And this will keep it planar when we're scaling. How about that? Okay, that's good. So now we just need to clean up this last pentagon. So let's just draw it going into the middle like that. We'll need to move this vertex down a little, then redraw this line. Let's look at it, make sure it's still nice and round, and it looks good. Don't see a lot of issues. I kind of like the way this turned out. Maybe we can just move this up a little. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's mirror. Clear history. And there it is. It's not done yet. Oops, let's undo the clear history because all of our bevels got merged. So merge threshold and set it to 0.01. There we go. Now we can unhide. And it's coming together. I think the head looks great. We can add a little more detail once we subdivide, and once we start adding the rest of it. We can also make it less symmetrical. Right now it's too perfect, but that will come later. Alright, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 4, and subscribe and like.